Hello, everyone. Tommy Ranieri here, your artistic director at Timberlake Playhouse, and welcome to the 2024 annual meeting. Now, I'm back home right now at my little shoebox apartment in New York after a whirlwind across the country tour for auditions and recruitment for our 2025 season. It's really great to be back, but I'm really missing our theater in the woods. I'll be back full-time at Timberlake after around Easter this year, and I look forward to another year of successful and exciting theater at the lake. But to step forward into the next year, we really have to look into our history and reflect on this year and the legacy that we're eager to carry on. That's the goal of our annual meeting every year, right? To look towards the past, to step forward into the future. After completing my first year here as artistic director, I've learned so much about our history, the community of artists that engage with Timberlake, and what it means to be a part of Carroll County's art scene. It's been an absolute treat and a blessing for me and for everyone else that's a part of our organization. We wouldn't have been able to leap through this year without our volunteers, from building sets with the Aristocrats, which is one of our volunteer groups, to our dozens of volunteer ushers who enhance the experience of our patrons, to the tons of volunteers who recently participated in the cleanup after the flood that happened in our house at the corner this off-season, which is on the mend right now. Our theater is really gifted to those who have given their time and their care for us. We have some great information, updates, and things to look back on tonight, and we can't wait to share it all with you. And to share this evening with me, I'm going to bring in Alicia Payette, the president of the board of Timberlake Playhouse. Hey, Alicia.
Hi, Tommy. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm missing Timberlake, and it's good to see the top half of you tonight. I can't wait to give you a hug real soon.
Sounds good. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do this thing. I'm going to hand it right over to you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the meeting attendees and every member of the Timberlake Playhouse community for your unwavering support and dedication. As the outgoing president of the board of directors, it is my honor to welcome you to our 2024 annual meeting. Your commitment has been the cornerstone of our success, and tonight, as we reflect on our achievements and set our sights on a bright future, I hereby call this meeting to order. Thank you for being here and for your continued passion for the art of theater. Now back to Tommy, who's been preparing all week to share with you, our members, the Timberlake Playhouse 2024 annual report.
Thanks, Alicia. That was so great. I'm really excited to be sharing this annual report with everyone. And to start, of course, our product is Making Live Theater and the people who are behind it. So what better way to start the annual report than talking a little bit about the shows that we had this year. I had a really fabulous time getting to be here for an entire season and getting to experience the same thing that some of our season ticket holders got to experience. So before we head into our season subscription series, we have our Magic Owl show that we do every year, which is, for those of you who don't know, a TYA show, a Theater for Young Audiences show that we bring in, bus in a bunch of different schools from the community to get to experience live theater. And for many of them, it's their first time ever getting to experience it with professional actors coming in and performing for them. So we did Junie B. Jones, which was based on a really awesome series of kids' books that came out around when I grew up by Barbara Park. And if you see there's Owlie, the magic owl, who is our mascot for the theater. And I think that the person portraying Owlie in there is probably a very handsome artistic director, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. It was so great to do that. And Tori Tiernan, who played Junie B. Jones, is a former student of mine. And it's so great to have those full circle moments, getting to bring those people out here to Timberlake and experience how special it is. So heading into our main stage season, we opened our season with The Nerd by Larry Shue. And what was so great about this was that we brought back an inductee into our Hall of Fame that year, Cody Jolly, who played Rick Stedman for us, alongside Winter, who's in that photo right now, and a really great team of resident designers. So we bring in single show professional designers from all over the country, and then we have our resident techs, and we give them a show or two that they get to also be designer at the show, showing our upward trajectory that we have at Timberlake. So Abby Farnsworth was the lighting designer on this, as well as Rachel McElwain, who served as the costume designer. And both of them are actually returning to be back with us next summer, which is going to be so great to have some familiar faces in the back of house as well as in the front of house. We love The Nerd. It was such a great show. Now, the next show in our season was Footloose, right? Based on that Kevin Bacon movie that you all know and love. There is a mirror down there right now, jump splitting for his life. He's absolutely fabulous. James Beaudry directed, and so many of you know James Beaudry was the artistic director of Timberlake Playhouse from 2009 to 2017, and is a mentor of mine. We met each other while we were working during the pandemic on Broadway. He was over at the Music Box Theater when I was at the Lunt Fontanne, and bringing him back to Timberlake is the biggest no-brainer every year. It's a great opportunity to work with new and old friends on a show that was our highest selling show of the season. Also, a big shout out to Matt Sirico, who's our resident music director. That was his 12th production of Footloose ever. And it was super, super, super fun. So really hats off to Footloose. The next show in our season was Anything Goes. And let me tell you, it was crazy. It was my first show directing on the main stage as artistic director. Of course, in 2023, I directed 9 to 5. But it was a true golden age bombastic spectacle. We had a 3-tier set. We had the band on stage. We had 7-time Broadway star Heather Parcells as Reno Sweeney, and those costumes made by Thomas Glodenis, oh my gosh, from scratch, are stunning. It was an absolute treat to set sail on the SS American with Anything Goes this past June and July. Now, after that in the season, of course, we went over the rainbow and into Oz for the MGM Classic. This was a show that involves everything, right? As a producer, this is one of those like big kitchen sink musicals, we like to call them. We have flying, we have dogs, we have fire, we have magic, we have children, we have makeup design. It's everything and more, because we want to recreate, this is a movie that everybody watched as a child at this point. And to recreate that magic and recreate those memories are so, so special to us. So a big shout out to the team that put that together. I want to give an extra shout out to our stage management team for the summer, Meg Rosenberg, Camille Marie, and Julia Gangemi, who knocked this one out of the park, as well as our director choreographer, Chaz Walcott, who is one of my dearest friends, who I've been preparing a lot with this past week for one of our shows next season that I'll talk about later. The next show on our main stage was the big sleeper show of the summer. That was Clue on Stage. This was one of our highest selling straight plays, non-musicals that we produced in the history of the theater, and was a huge feature for all of our resident company actors. A lot of these students come from musical theater programs and don't do as many plays. So the opportunity for them to really hone their craft in acting is really huge. And for those of you who saw it, I have to give a big shout out to Cameron King, who directed the show. Her transitions were like a jazzy Scooby-Doo in and out chase every time. They were absolutely scrumptious. And I really love that show. It's a personal favorite for me in the season. Now, the next show in our season has been sort of a hit for us. Jekyll and Hyde won the Broadway World Chicago Award for Best Musical, as well as Best Ensemble, as well as Best Direction of a Musical for myself. Now, I don't know how many of you know, the Broadway World Chicago Awards are a People's Choice Award. And so people could vote in for what their favorites are. So you all really showed up and made that happen. We're stacking up against shows that are destined for Broadway right after their time in Chicago, like things like Death Becomes Her that are playing literally on Broadway right now. We are stacked up against them, and we were chosen as the audience favorite for our work on Jekyll and Hyde, which is one of the biggest triumphs in my time as the artistic director of the theater. So just thank you. I had a real blast doing that one. So I hope that you all enjoyed that one too. After that, we continued our programming outside of the summer season with Church Basement Ladies to a Second Helping, Winter Wonderettes, and our fall concert series. They were all really great and gave an opportunity for us to collect so many more memories here at Timberlake Playhouse. Now, it seems like a little when we just fly by it in a few minutes, but it is an absolute behemoth to have 171 moments of performance happening during our year. I was lucky enough to lead a crew of almost 100 people the entire year. And what it means to be a leader for me is listening to folks, staying curious to their needs, and thinking about how we want our audience to feel as we create art for them on that day at that specific time with those specific people. And I'm so glad that you all got to play a part in that. Completing my time in my first year as the youngest artistic director of an Actors Equity Association sponsored theater in the country has been one of the greatest honors of my life. We are creating the next generation of summer theater here, and I would be remiss to not mention those who paved the way, including Andy Bro, Sheldon Frank, Brad Lyons, James Beaudry, Dan Danielowski, and the many, many other people whose shoulders we stand on here at Timberlake Playhouse. It has been an honor of a lifetime serving you all, and I cannot wait to continue doing so this next year. With that being said, other things in our report that I want to talk about next is our development that we've been doing at Timberlake. This has been a massive push for us since we started the Save the Stage campaign during the summer, and has evolved into our annual campaign, which is sponsored by our development committee. Now, my background is a little bit in commercial fundraising for larger entertainment projects. And I also did a bit of nonprofit work through my undergrad work at Playwrights Horizons through New York University. And so it's been really fun flexing those muscles in a new way while working with local professionals. And I just really want to thank everybody in the development committee who served this year by name. That would be Adam Neiman, Alicia Payette, Beth Nelson Chase, who's a co-chair of this committee, Bill Titus, Bob Martin, Brian Brinkmeyer, Dave Murray, Joanne Palmer, Joe Titus, Katie Jacobs, who is also a co-chair of the committee, Laura Kashner, Marianne Hutchinson, Nicole Shores, Penny Lauritsen, Robin Saar, and William McNeil. Thank you so much for all the homework you did. Thank you so much for all of the meetings that we've been on. And you will hear really soon, everybody, about the work that we've done in this past year, because it is absolutely monumental. You have moved mountains, and I cannot thank you enough for the support that you bring to our organization. Now, the development committee achieved a 156% increase in annual contributions this year. You can see on the bar graph right there. Woo. We reached over $250,000 in individual giving this year, and we're actively pursuing additional sponsorships and partnerships to hit a $500,000 goal set by the campaign last summer, which is vital for us to sustain future operations. We're really on the way, folks. What we've done in these past few months have been beautiful, and we can't wait to invite more of you to join us on this journey. Now, skipping into the financial report, the entire organization would like to thank the work of Joe Titus, who has served as our treasurer for many, many, many years, and the work of William McNeil, who stepped into the treasurer role this past fall. This has been a behemoth of work, understanding the finance and the flow of our organization in a new way through a new lens. And I cannot thank you both enough for the work that you're doing here. 2024 was the second highest selling season in Timberlake Playhouse history, next to 2023. This is a testament to our incredible productions, our dedicated artists, and the unwavering support from you, our patrons. Ticket sales remain strong with nearly $1 million in revenue from these performances, proving that our audiences are engaged and eager than ever for live theater out of the pandemic. We really have seen the light at the end of the tunnel, and we cannot wait to continue growing and serving you all. Now, despite this success, our total income dropped 20% compared to 2023, which led to about a $250,000 deficit for where we live as an organization currently. Now, a major factor to that was $167,000 in a decrease in grant funding and foundational support. We found that we had many commitments that were going on for a certain amount of years, or one-year commitments, that we had a really great year last year, but this year was not necessarily a large year of finding new discovery in that. And that is a big part of our plan going to next year. So the work our development committee did really offset that work. Now, thanks to those careful budget adjustments, we did save $32,000 in operating expense starting this fall. And I want to give a huge thank you out to Bill, who worked with me very hard to get that to happen. Contributions played a significant role in counteracting this, as our total contributions increased by almost $100,000. That has been absolutely incredible. Now, looking at our debt and long-term stability, right? We carry, in regards to all of the money that is owned between a mortgage that we may have, a line of credit, as well as the other places that our finances live right now, about $500,000 in owed monies. And rising interest payments make financial stability a priority for us right now. Now, the board has implemented a 5-year debt reduction plan. ensuring that we can continue to produce high quality theater while improving our financial outlook. The biggest importance to me as an artistic director to you is that you know that we are going to be serving theater for you for many generations, while the product and what you are expected to receive here at Timberlake does not change at all. I promise you that as your artistic director, that will never change. We have a really strong plan in this budget that we have for fiscal year 2025, which you'll see later. Projects a $27,000 surplus, making a major step towards long-term stability. Now, this budget is conservative and strategic, which allows us to finalize our 2025 contracts for all of our staff and know that we're able to roll out into this in the spring feeling good. That is the most important part, that we feel comfortable about what we're doing here. And both myself, the rest of our staff, and our board really does here. Now, the community support does remain vital here. While ticket sales are strong right now, grants, donations, and sponsorships are essential to securing our future here. We want to include you here. Now, shifting into our facilities report, we've had some really amazing things happen in our facilities and safety improvements this year. So as many of you know, if you've seen a show and you walk up the way on the left side, we opened a brand new gift shop, enhancing the patron experience and the ability to bring Timberlake Playhouse to you. So in the next year, what we're really looking to do is increase the amount of, we call it like swag or product or branding materials here. We really have a lot of Timberlake stuff that you can bring home. There's nothing better. I want to be walking into Molly's for dinner that night and high-fiving somebody walking out in that Timberlake quarter zip. We're really trying to fill with Timberlake products next year, which I think is really fun. And look at that beautiful building and the volunteers who helped build that. Oh my gosh, really wonderful. Other things in facilities upgrades and safety improvements include significant upgrades into our like catwalks. So that's like when you look up on like the walkable metal parts above the stage. We included new railings for there, as well as our production booth and other overhead walkways and seating areas on the sides as well. Those handrails that are on the side, those are new for us this past year. Now, we also purchased a 40-foot shipping container, which was added for scenic flat and wood storage. Those are like platforms and walls that we use many, many times over. Now, for many years, we haven't been able to recycle them because we didn't have anywhere to put them. And now that we have this shipping container that we have purchased, we're able to store those things and save those every year. That's not only good for our wallet, but it's also really good for the environment. And it's something that we're always hoping to do here at Timberlake Playhouse. Now, we also have the Well Project for reliable water access. Now, thanks to contributions from Fund the Need in 2023, if you remember at the gala when we had that for the well, as well as a deeply generous anonymous $20,000 donation from a local business, we completed a new well project on the east side of our campus. Now, this critical infrastructure change ensures reliable water access for most facilities by spring of 2025, supporting both daily operations and our long-term stability. This is monumental for us. We had well issues in the middle of the summer last summer, and the fact that we have this new well dug and powered and running through campus is just huge for us. So thank you to all the folks who made that happen. We also have our turntable motor. So we're going to bring up a photo in a second right here, and you're going to see just like a bunch of like gears and like cables there. What I want you to know is that when you see the stage turn, right, that is running on a motor that's in the booth. I don't know if you remember during Footloose, I used to call out the person who operated it every night. But it's a really specific machine that we have. We're really supposed to replace those pieces inside of there every 15 years. And we got to about 17 years, and we had a little bit of tripping going on in there. And so we had a couple issues with that this summer, and working alongside Ryan Petke, who's a former technical director for ours, as well as Kyle Simpkins, who's a former technical director of ours, we devised a plan to get the pieces donated for this by Automation Direct, which is a top automation company in the country. They're doing an article on us right now about supporting small businesses. So we got those pieces donated. Ryan came out and installed that with Kyle, and it is operating as clean as a whistle. We're really, really excited about it. Look at that guy right there. I know that it just looks like parts right now, but like when I got that photo texted to me on iMessage, I genuinely started crying. This is really huge for our organization. We don't have a fly system. We're not able to bring things in. We have some side like wing space. This is really our change maker here at the theater. So the fact that this is sustainable and working really well for us is just monumental. So thank you to the folks who made that happen. Now, this is just a small slice of the work of 2024, and we cannot wait to share more with you soon about what the future brings in 2025. So I'm going to bring back in Alicia, who's going to speak a little bit towards the folks who we lost this year, and a little bit about honoring those folks and transitioning into the future.
Thanks, Tommy.
Yeah, of course, Alicia.
Timberlake Playhouse deeply mourns the loss of two cherished members of our community. Former board president Mike Shore and former board member Terry Miller dedicated their lives to enriching our theater and inspiring those around them. Mike was an avid costume designer, bringing creativity and craftsmanship to the stage, and played a key role in many of our annual galas. Terry was also an avid costume designer and was a welcome, positive force on the play selection and reading committee, offering her insight and passion to shape the productions we brought to life. Their dedication, generosity, and unwavering commitment left an indelible mark on our organization. We honor their legacies and extend our heartfelt condolences to their families, grateful for the lasting impact they made on Timberlake Playhouse. Continuing in Mike and Terry's legacy of service are two new candidates that expressed a desire to serve on the board of directors in 2025, and two candidates who hope to continue their history of service. I am pleased to introduce the Secretary of the Board of Directors, Laura Kashner, who will announce the results of the membership's vote for our proposed slate of candidates.
Thank you, Alicia. Timberlake Playhouse is pleased to announce the candidates put forth for election by the membership to the 2025 Board of Directors. Kyle Simpkins is running to fill the seat vacated by the late Mike Shore, bringing fresh leadership and dedication to the Playhouse. Kyle was a volunteer at Timberlake during the 2000 to 2004 summer seasons and served as the Assistant Technical Director in 2005 and the Technical Director in 2007, and he has brought outstanding support over the years since then. Nicole Shores and William McNeil are both seeking re-election to continue serving in the seats they currently hold, offering their ongoing commitment and experience. Nicole Shores is from Chadwick and was introduced to Timberlake after being gifted tickets years ago. She began working at the Playhouse as a bartender in 2019, joining the board of directors in 2021. William McNeil is from Morrison and has enjoyed Timberlake as a favorite destination for over 2 decades. William served as an associate circuit judge in Whiteside County, retiring in 2018. In 2022, he was appointed to the TLP board for a 3-year term and held the position of board secretary from January to June 2004 and has been serving as board treasurer since July 2024. Katie Jacobs is running to fill the seat being vacated by Alicia Payette, ready to bring her passion and perspective to the board. Katie lives in Milledgeville and has been directly involved with Timberlake since her daughter was in Sound of Music in 2023. After spending 2 summers at TLP with her girls, her passion for the growth and success of the theater grew. Katie joined the development committee in September 2024, and that led to her interest in becoming a member of the board. We thank all the candidates for their willingness to serve and look forward to the continued growth and success of Timberlake Playhouse under their leadership. After an online voting period that began on February 18th, we are pleased to announce that all the candidates have been elected to the 2025 Board of Directors. The final vote count is as follows: 156 yes and 4 no. We appreciate the participation of our members in this important process and look forward to another great year at Timberlake Playhouse. And now I would love to bring Tommy back to tell us about our upcoming season.
Thanks so much, Laura. That was so great. Congratulations to our new board members.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the future of Timberlake Playhouse. Now, as a nonprofit theater, it is really important to us that we put everything back towards our mission statement. So I just want to start by reading that right back to y'all. So the mission of Timberlake Playhouse is to provide the best expression of theater arts to the regional community by presenting creative works that entertain and inspire, or helping artists transition to the profession. Now, As we look to the future, we really must always honor our mission. And when I look back at our mission, I look at the active words that inform the work that we do here, right? So we have 4 big active words, in my opinion, here. The first one is expression, right? We are the storytellers. We're the creators. We're the artists of your home out here in Carroll County. We work in the people business, as I say all the time, where we juggle multiple personalities. We synthesize what they mean, and we create emotional souvenirs for our patrons to receive. That is how we express. The next one is entertain. Theater is meant to captivate, it's meant to engage, it's meant to spark joy, and it's also meant to spark conversations. Our work ensures that every production resonates with energy, excitement, and excellence. We create unforgettable moments that make our audiences laugh, cry, and take away a few conversations on the way home. The next one is to inspire, right? Art has the power to move people. It has the power to heal. Through bold storytelling, daring performances, and meaningful engagement with our community, we ignite imagination and we stir hearts a little bit. We're more than just a stage. We are a catalyst for dreams and the change that you can make in your own community. Now, transition. Timberlake Playhouse is a bridge, right? Between education and career work, between ambition and achievement, between the artists of today and the stars of tomorrow. We nurture, we mentor, and we launch aspiring professionals into the world, surrounding them with professionals. We prepare them to make their mark in the industry. That is the work we do. This is Timberlake Playhouse. That is just so inspiring to me. I love our mission statement, and I hope that y'all can resonate with those words as well. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is our budget. Now, our budget for next year is something that we passed that is based on a conservative amount of spending and the trends of income that we've had for the past few years to provide a sustainable path with a surplus towards ending our debt. Now, I want to give a huge thank you to the Finance Committee, to the Development Committee, the board, and I want to give a very specific shout out to William McNeil, Adam Neiman, and Bill Titus for their work to really get this done and get it done right this year. We are so proud of this one. We really feel like this is a great way to get us in the place that we need to be. Now, let's talk about the stuff that we've all been waiting for. We have an incredible season coming up for you. Now, the first show in our season is Saturday Night Fever, the musical. Now, that opens on May 30th. That's when we cut the ribbon and we all come inside. I've been having a ton of design meetings this past week where we have sketches coming together for the set by Josh Warner. And I have to say, the thing that you're going to love the most is the choreography on the show. Now, if you saw The Wizard of Oz this year, Chaz Wolcott is coming in to work with me on the show, choreographing it. Chaz was on the first national tour of Newsies. He's also seen in the Disney Plus Newsies. He is incredible. He did the Cats tour for many years, and the work that he did with the children in the community, as well as our upcoming artists in our resident company last year, was really amazing. So we had to have him back. So come check Saturday Night Fever out. After that is Rock of Ages, which is returning after 9 years of being the highest selling show in the history of the theater, choreographed by Twan Malinowski, and of course, directed by James Beaudry, who is one of our former artistic directors from 09 to 17, who is just the absolute best and is a pro at audience relationships. You're going to feel like you're in the middle of a dive bar, banging your head and having a great time with that show. Next up in the season is Waitress, about a small girl from a small town who enters a pie baking contest to get a new lease on her life. And that is going to be directed and choreographed by Jen Hemphill. Now, Jen is going to be the new program head at Baldwin Wallace University, where a lot of our students have come from to be at Timberlake to be a Laker in years past. She's also a former Broadway actor in Mamma Mia and has worked at Stevens College for many years and really knows how to nurture young folks. After that, we are doing Disney's Frozen. Oh my gosh, right? We were one of the first productions of that regionally, and that's directed and choreographed by Trent Soyster. Now, Trent was our choreographer on Jekyll and Hyde, and has also been our audition choreographer with us, traveling all over the country with me, if you've seen on our Facebook and Instagram stories. After that is The Bridges of Madison County, which is going to be the true sleeper of the season, one of the most beautiful and lush scores by Jason Robert Brown, and taking place just a little bit to the ways to the west of us in Madison County, Iowa, based on that Meryl Streep and Clint Eastwood movie and beautiful best-selling novel. You're going to love that one. We have an excellent season. Y'all are really going to love this one. Now, we have some single show sponsors. We're introducing show sponsors back that will be at the helm of each of these shows, and we'll have essentially naming rights on this. So First State Bank, which has sponsored us many, many times, is usually our gala sponsor as well, will be sponsoring Saturday Night Fever. Compeer Financial will be sponsoring Rock of Ages, and Sauk Valley Bank will be sponsoring Waitress. Now, if you see right now, you see that little crunchy star in the corner over there for Frozen Friendship Landing in the Bridges of Madison County. You have the ability with a business or organization that you may be affiliated with right now to have those naming rights on that show. It's a great way to open up and see me running out and saying, oh my gosh, welcome, Sauk Valley Bank brings Waitress. It will always be there. It is a great way to connect with our community, specifically with the show that we're presenting. We're really excited for this endeavor. So we have a few more options here. So feel free to reach out if you have any ideas or to get engaged with us. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this audition tour that I've come back from, because right now, I was just saying to Alicia before we hopped in, actually, that last week and this week are two of my biggest weeks of work a year. This is when I'm having interviews after auditions. We're having callbacks. We're having conversations with everyone, trying to bring them out to Timberlake this next year. And I want to say a big thank you to all the schools that we auditioned at this year: the University of Michigan, Nazareth University, Elon University, Rider University, Montclair State. We had our local auditions. After that, then we went to the Columbia College for the Performing Arts at Roosevelt University, where I was lucky enough to also teach a masterclass at. We had our Chicago auditions. We were at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, Pace University, Baldwin Wallace. Then we had our New York City auditions and Western Michigan University. It was a whirlwind tour where we got to meet so many amazing people, and they are head over heels for Timberlake Playhouse. It has been one of the hardest years to cast before, with the amount of submissions we've had this year, the amount of people that we interacted with. We're really, really excited about it. I want to give an extra thank you to Trent Soyster, who is our audition choreographer, Matt Sirico, our resident music director, and music director for almost all of the shows in our season this year. Nathan Fossbinder, who is the playwright of Friendship Landing, or My Summer at a Theme Park That Tried to Kill Me, which I'm about to talk about for a second. Chaz Wolcott, who is one of our other choreographers of the season, who helped us out at our New York City calls. And Bryant Howard, an alumni who helped us at Elon University with this tour. Now, I wanted to take a special moment to talk about Friendship Landing. This is part of the Andy Bro New Works initiative that we have this year, which gives mid-career playwrights the ability to create and write a show for young people to originate roles. The big key to Broadway right now is to start in a new show, grassroots, and bring it out to other places. So Nathan and I have been workshopping this show for months, and we're super excited to bring a world premiere show that has never happened before right here to Timberlake. World premieres have been a huge part of Andy's mission. Of course, we had What a Wonderful World happen a couple of years ago, which I know you all knew and loved. And we're excited to bring this fabulous, hilarious story that feels like an episode of Scooby-Doo meets an episode of The Office in a rinky-dink local theme park. I think you're really going to enjoy that one this August. Now, next year for our Magic Owl, we have Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus, which is based on the Mo Willems children's books, and it's already selling out performances for schools coming in from all over. Now, this runs the first week of May, so if you're an educator or if you've got a little one at home and you don't know if they have a permission slip already, call the box office now. Trust me, this is going to go away real quick. We also have Beetlejuice Jr. coming up this summer, which will be directed by Marquez Stewart, who directed Winter Wonderettes for us, and Jason Barrett, who is our assistant music director this summer, who's from a school district south of us. He's in the Prophetstown area, who is just wonderful with kids, and we're really excited to have them lead the helm for our education program this year. Now, our master classes are what we're presenting this year, which are one-off classes taught by resident company members and professionals coming in for our season. So, for example, we may be doing Saturday Night Fever, and we're going to learn a little bit about disco line dancing, and we may have Chaz or one of our cast members come in and teach that to them. Or we might have somebody in the resident company who is excellent at juggling, and they are teaching an entry-level juggling class for your little ones to really learn and focus on one special skill that day. We're really excited for this initiative, and we have signups right on our website. Now, speaking of signups and things right on our website, we are also introducing Audience View, which is our new ticketing system. It is a beautiful layout. It's a tons more capabilities for our patron experience, and it is more cost-effective for Timberlake Playhouse to be using nowadays. The layout is really, really nice. It's super user-friendly. I've been using this for years at other companies. They came to us, and Bill and I were really smitten with them. I'm really excited to have that raise your patron experience here. Now, the next thing is in our beer garden, which is right to the left of the theater, our deck series is going to move there this year. Now, we love our deck series. It's fabulous right down there on the lake, but we've found that there's been a little bit less traction because it's not on our patron journey, right? You're walking to the theater. You have to turn around to get down there, or you have to take a golf cart. We want it right there as you're coming right up, that you could get a real nice snack and have a drink before the show, listen to some of our folks sing, and then go in and enjoy the experience of the show. We also found that it's more accessible for folks. There's no stairs. You could come right in and just chill right at our benches and have a great time. So we're really excited for that. This new location really has a lot of upside for us with expanded food and beverage offerings. And it really feels like you get to button your evening of entertainment here. Something that we're going to do in place of our cabarets that we used to do on Saturday nights during some of the runs is that on select Sundays, after opening, we're going to do cabarets with songs that are new songs written by mid-career composers in partnership with our Andy Bro New Works program. So come after a matinee before the sun sets, come check out our singers afterwards, and we're going to have a really great time there as well. This is an incredible lineup this year, and I can't thank you enough for welcoming me in and for our play selection committee, which has helped us craft this season this year. We're really pumped for this one. One big thank you that I want to give as I shift out of this is I just want to give a huge thank you to Bill Titus, our manager of operations. He has been my right-hand man for the past few months, and we have been working like gangbusters. It's been so, so great, and I really appreciate him. So thank you to him. Now, I'll be back on campus full-time right after Easter. So come stop by, come say hey, come grab a coffee, and make some memories here at Timberlake. All right, I'm going to bring back in Alicia for some more remarks here. Now, if you see right there, we have our resident company here from the last year, nice smiling. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. Yes, thank you so much, folks. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Tommy.
Of course.
As we bring this annual meeting to a close, I want to take a moment to reflect on the journey we have all taken together over these past several years. Serving on the Timberlake Playhouse Board of Directors for the past 6 years has been an honor and a privilege. It has also been a journey filled with challenges, growth, and most importantly, perseverance. When I first joined the board, I could not have imagined the obstacles we would face. The COVID-19 pandemic forced us to shut our doors, bringing uncertainty and difficult decisions that tested our resilience as an organization. But what I saw during that time was not defeat. It was determination. I saw a board, a staff, and a community that refused to let this theater go dark for good. We adapted, we innovated, and we found ways to keep Timberlake Playhouse alive, even in the most uncertain times. Beyond the pandemic, we have navigated multiple leadership transitions, both within the board and at a management level. Change is never easy, but I am so proud of the way we have worked through each transition with a steadfast commitment to our mission. Each challenge made us stronger, and each change brought us new perspectives that helped shape the path forward. Financially, we faced hurdles that at times felt insurmountable, yet through careful planning, creative fundraising, and the unwavering support of our patrons and donors, we are emerging stronger than ever. The generosity of this community has been a powerful reminder of just how deeply people believe in the magic of Timberlake Playhouse. As I step away from my role on the board, I do so with immense gratitude. Gratitude for my fellow board members, both past and present, who had given their time and talent and passion to this theater. Gratitude for the dedicated staff and management team whose hard work ensures that Timberlake Playhouse continues to be a beacon of live theater in our region. And gratitude for each one of you, our members, our supporters, and our theater lovers, who make all of this possible. I leave knowing that the Playhouse is in good hands. The incoming board is full of dedicated individuals ready to continue this important work. And our current management team has the drive and ability to propel Timberlake Playhouse into a bright future. I have no doubt that 2025 and beyond will bring even more success, innovation, and incredible theater to our stage. Thank you all for allowing me to be a part of this journey. I am looking forward to seeing what comes next, not as a board member, but as a lifelong supporter of Timberlake Playhouse. Thank you for attending this meeting tonight. Good night.